Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a video just talking about Cam's 15-month kind of like a toddler update milestone, and then I'll talk about his last appointment, and then I want to talk about kind of like his sleep schedule and his sleep training and how I was able to sleep train him you know, throughout his first year of life so far. So first, let's get into his last appointment, because I have the paper here still and kind of the things that they go over, like the milestones, like what your child should be doing. So I kind of want to go over that and then kind of talk about the things he is doing, the things he's not doing. All right, so the first thing is his height and weight. He's in the 92 and up percentile, which is good. He weighs 29.5 pounds, so he's kind of big. He's a big boy. And the last appointment, he got all his shots that he's supposed to get at this age, which is good. So we have growth and development and nutrition. So it says baby, by 15 months, baby can walk alone or by holding onto furniture. Cam has been walking since he's been like 9-10 months. So he's definitely very good with walking. Can play patty cake or wave bye-bye without help. So he can wave bye, like if he hears someone say like hi or bye, he knows how to wave. It says appropriately use at least 3 words other than dada and mama. So no, Cam can only say dada. He doesn't really say anything else that I can, like, you know, understand. Baby can stand unsupported for at least 5 seconds. So obviously he's been standing and walking and running since 10 months, so he's good with that. Baby can bend over to pick up an object on the floor, then stand up again without support. So yeah, so Cam can do that. Can do that very well. One of the things that I noticed that more kind of advanced for his age is that and like I saw that he's been trying to do and he finally got it was so his playpen has like a little, you know, like cubby hole kind of thing, like a door that you kind of have to bend it in to go under if you're taller than like the rim. So at first I noticed that when he's trying to get toys out, he'd be trying to hold it with one hand while bending over and going under. So in the beginning he couldn't do that, but as a couple weeks, you know, went on, and I noticed that he was able to finally hold something with 2 hands and then kind of like go under and then come back up without falling over. So sometimes before he would like hold it and then like kind of like figure out like, how do I get out when this thing's in the way, and then he'll like put the thing on the floor and then like kind of crawl out and then get the thing. So now I just noticed that he's good with coming in and out of there. He's good with, you know, getting into like a hole and then coming out, like keeping his head bent and then coming out. I think those are the kind of things that I kind of noticed. It says baby can walk, baby can indicate wants without crying, whining, or pointing. Let's see, can he indicate? He doesn't really point. So I feel like he doesn't really indicate. So this is what happens. So when he's eating, I know when he wants a sip of water if his cup is not like on his table. But I know because I've been watching him. So like he'll be eating something and he usually watches like his favorite show while he's eating. And then when I notice that he's like looking, like he'll kind of like, you know, lose focus of what he's watching, and then he'll like be looking around, be like like looking around, and then I know that he's looking for his cup. So I'll get his cup and give it to him. So so it's kind of like maybe indicating with his eyes like he's looking for his cup, but he doesn't like point to it or really like cry or whine, but I know that he's looking for his water. And yeah, okay, so baby can walk across a large room without falling or wobbling from side to side. So yeah, I definitely can do that. He's running. And another thing about Cam is that when he's walking and running around the house and maybe something is like in his way, like a chair or like just anything, or like something that's open and it's in his way, he doesn't like just walk through it or like, you know, like push it. he knows how, he just maneuvers. So he'll be walking, something's in his way, he'll move to the side and like inch his way to get past it, and then he straightens up and then continues on. So, and like he knows how to move around things. So if he's walking and something's on the floor in his way, like he'll know how to like maneuver around it and then keep going. So I noticed that about him, and he was doing that very early on. So all right, so they said feeding recommendations: 4 to 6 servings of fruit and veggies per day. Let's see, yeah, so they're just giving like examples of like food and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely has 4 to 6 of fruits and veggies per day. He has fruits and veggies at school, and then when he gets home, his snacks and his dinner. It says eat 3 regular meals and 2 or 3 planned healthy snacks. So in the morning he has his breakfast. On school days he just has his milk and his waffles. On weekends, when you know no school, he has like milk, waffles, egg, applesauce or yogurt for like breakfast. In the mornings when he's going to school, we give him his milk and his waffle, because when he gets there, if he catches breakfast, he may have a little bit of that, and I'll get into food at school a little bit later. So we just want to make sure that he has food in his belly before he goes to school, because he actually he's having a hard time eating school food. But I'll get into that. Let's see. Don't give like choking hazard foods. They can allow your child to eat and feed themselves. So yeah, so Cam eats and feeds himself. The only thing that we feed him with is if it's like yogurt or like applesauce. So when he's thirsty, it said water is best. Juice should be 100% juice, no more than 6 ounces per day. And then it says soft drinks and sweetened drinks are not good for your baby. So yeah, he only drinks water and milk. We don't give him any juice or anything like that. Juice is just full of sugar. I don't even drink juice myself because it's just full of sugar. So when he's older, he can start drinking juice and all that stuff like that, and then soda and sweetened drinks maybe like on special occasions and all that. All right, so yeah, talking about car seat and safety. So we've been using his car seat that he's had since he was born, the Upper Baby Mesa, and I just bought a new car seat for him. So a toddler car seat. That is the Nuna Rava car seat, and it's like an all-inclusive grow with you kind of car seat. I did extensive research on like, you know, which is the best car seat. I read so many articles, so many lists, and there were so many car seats, high end, middle end, low end, you know, so many features, all this stuff, pros and cons. But this one had the least amount of cons. It was always on the list, and the price point was just perfect. So I went with that one, and I will insert a clip of the car seat. And then some of the things I wanted to point out about the car seat, like I didn't want it bulky. I wanted it to be, and he's a big child, so I wanted it to be able to, with the safety features, the weight limit for rear facing to be a little bit higher, because I know that he'll be heavier than like, by the time he's like the age where you can face front, he won't be the right age to do that. So something that will still contain him facing back. The style, the color of the car seat, the ease of installation, because sometimes, you know, Chris and I will we switch car seats with the cars and stuff like that. So the ease of installation. I love how the Upper Baby Mesa car seat is so easy to install, so it's good. Safe sleep. Yeah, Cam has been sleeping very well in his crib. He's been sleeping in his crib since he's been 6 months. And we don't give him a blanket overnight, but like nap time during the daytime we give him a blanket, because like we know like we're watching him while he's sleeping because we're awake. But at bedtime, no blanket right now, but I think by 18 months he's allowed to have a blanket for nighttime. So he's all up to date on immunizations. That's it. So he started school in October, so the by the time we started school, he was a year and 4 weeks. So he was 11 months old, and he started school. And the school that he goes to has like a, it's not just like a daycare, it's actually like a real school with curriculum, and they have lesson plans, and they have everything planned out for the whole year based on the child's like ages. They have different classrooms for different ages, and then they pinpoint, you know, different types of motor skills and learning abilities for that class. So he does have lesson time at school, arts and crafts, you know, all that stuff. So I love that about his school. So it's just not just like a daycare where, you know, it's just like babysitting all day. It's like a real school. And then I love how the school has an app, so I can always see like when he goes to sleep, when he has his nap time, when he eats, how much he ate, diaper changes. They send pictures and videos throughout the day, so it's like no matter where I'm at and what I'm doing, I always know like what's going on. So I love that about his school. What else? School, yeah, so usually we drop him off at school between like 8:30 and 9 o'clock when I'm here, when I'm working, when I'm in town. And then when I'm away for work and Chris is the one that's here, he does it a little bit earlier because he has to, you know, sign in for work, because he still works from home from the virus before work starts. So he drops them off a little bit earlier, because when I'm home from work, I'm off. So that's usually maybe around 8 o'clock, 8:30. So yeah. And then when he comes home, he's so hungry, so we pick him up at 5:30. By the time we get home, undress, change, it's like 6 o'clock. So we just give him dinner right away. So he'll have a full dinner, he'll have his snack, and then bedtime is like, by the time like maybe like 8:15, 8:30, we go upstairs for bath time, and then 9 o'clock he's in bed. On the weekends, sometimes he'll sleep a little bit later because, like, you know, it's the weekend. He might go to bed at like maybe like 9:30ish, like 9:15, 9:30 latest. So yeah, so that's it with his milestones. I just noticed also, and I wanted to kind of like make note of, was, so I think I read on Instagram, like some kind of like mommy baby account that I follow, and they said like repetition, like with reading and stuff like that, reading the same book and story over and over and over and again helps them kind of, you know, be able to read maybe at an earlier age, or just maybe kind of like recognize words and letters and kind of understand like when you're telling a story. So which is funny because the bedtime book that we have for him, it's my favorite one to read for him, and I see that he likes it, so we've never changed it. So he's been reading the same book since he was 6 months, the same book every single night, so which is good. So now he definitely he knows the schedule, he knows the book from beginning to end, and he always looks forward to the book, like, you know, before bedtime. So recently, last week, I noticed that I think, so I was sitting on the bed waiting, you know, and he was running around in his room, and I was like, come on Cam, come on, let's go, let's read our book. And he was still playing, wasn't paying attention. Then I read the title of the book out loud, and he was like, and then he ran towards me because he was like excited for his story. So it's like, now I noticed that he knows the title of his book, and he knows that when I say 10 Little Night Stars, like, he knows that it's time to read the book. He was running towards me trying to climb on the bed. So it was interesting to see that, which is good. So he, I know, recognizes the title of the book, and he knows what it means. And another thing about the book is I noticed is that there was a time after I finished reading, or when I was about to read him the book, he kind of grabbed the book from the bed because we were sitting on it, and then the book, he grabbed the book and it was upside down. So when he grabbed the book, it was upside down. He opened it, and then he knew to turn it the right way. So I haven't had time to research, do kids like understand orientation of books, but I was surprised that he was able to know the orientation of the book. But then it's like, we read the book every single day, so he should know what the pictures look like, and if it looks weird, you know, he should know that it's different and to turn it. So I will ask my sister, because she's a pediatrician, and I will you know, look it up online, you know, if kids, what age do kids, you know, understand orientation of things. But I did notice that last week, which is interesting. So yeah, so he's loving his book, and I'll link the book that he reads down below. We got it from Amazon, and it was called 10 Little Night Stars, and that author that wrote the book, that was her first kids book and the only one. And then recently, maybe a month ago or a month or two ago now, she released a second book. The same type of imagery, the same type of, like, you know, theme of the book, animals going to bed, like their bedtime routine kind of thing. But the 10 Little Night Stars was like counting down for counting. The newer one is counting colors for bedtime, so each page has a different color that they notice. So and that's like a flip book, so when you flip open the little square, there's a color inside. So I noticed that when we first started reading it, he knows not to flip the little thing to see the color that's hiding in there. So we kind of offset between those two books, but 10 Little Night Stars is one we read more often, but now that this new one's here, we're incorporating it. But those are the only two books that we read at night, and he loves them so much. So yeah, so I don't want to make this video too long. I think it's already 16 minutes, so that's not too bad. So I kind of wanted to go briefly talking about his sleep training, and you know, how we did his sleep training up until now. Trying to think if I should do it in this video or do another video. So I'm gonna just do a part 2. So I'll do a part 2 with Cam's update, and I'll split it so I'll look the same in the next video for this, but it'll be his sleep training. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you look out for the sleep training video, and then check out my other mommy videos. And if you do have any other requests or suggestions on what kind of videos I should do, you know, pertaining to mommy and baby stuff and having a toddler and all that stuff like that, let me know down below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Easy, this music. Hey. Oh, hey. Baby, dance ya, ole ya.